the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown, a grand adventure like no other we've known.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. Welcome to KELZ God Bubble Radio. This is only for a short period of time. We'll see how long it lasts. For right now, I think it's cool that I'm able to come and talk to you guys with no expectation to be on camera. This is awesome. I feel like I can be a little bit more of myself in talking to you. If talking to you on a daily or semi-daily basis is something that you're after. You guys, do you mind giving me feedback? Can you hear me? Thank you. When you're like, hey Kelly, we can't hear you. thank you for letting me know. But it looks like everything is in place. There we go. So how you guys doing this morning? Hey, how you guys doing this morning? What's going on with you? Sound down. There we go. Here. Oh, holy crap. All this giant stuff that I'm seeing and hearing all over the place about rumors. Okay, let's talk rumors for entertainment purposes only, right? We're talking rumors. Those that created the humans being taller, does that rule over the humans being taller? Those that climb beanstalks taller. The giants are coming out. When certain rivers dry up, so where are we really, and what is going on? Are we truly in what some might call a firmament, an enclosed system? If we're in an enclosed system, is there an opening somewhere? Is there an opening at the top, at the pupil? You guys, when I look at how this reality is being created, see if I can explain this. You being God created a plasma field that took on the easiest shape that it could possibly take on. Energy equally in all directions. That's not too hard. And you end up with a sphere. A bubble. It's the easiest thing to make. It's the easiest thing to do. And from that, you as God create, in the third dimension, we refer to them as feelings and emotions, and vibrations and frequencies. And these vibrations and these frequencies affect this plasma field. this plasma field, which is a potential to be. And when it does, toroidal fields are created. Oh, thanks. Oh, I know, because I've got the window wide open. The lighting doesn't matter. Nothing like that. I can just be and rest in some areas of my life while sharing while sharing information. So thanks for honoring that, Helen. Like, if it's of any benefit, glad you're here. Right? I hope this does benefit everybody. So in creating these toroidal fields, you've got a direction that I see. Lots of directions. You've got a swirling, like a tornado, a twisting and a turning. You've got that going on. And then not only is it twisting and turning, it's coming up and out of a center. It's very donut shaped. Hey, let me whip it out. Toroidal fields. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have a picture waiting for you. My bad. There we go. So a toroidal field. It spins like a tornado. So look at the different components of it. What if you cut it in half? What would it look like? It corresponds to everything. It's a toroidal field, and if we've got like 3, 6, 9 going on, a Fibonacci spiral, and so forth, it's of a particular frequency. Just one. I mean, it's the one that's kind of cool, but it's just one. Now, there's a direction to this toroidal field, I find. So not only do I remote view this, and you can see it from every angle, I can teach you guys how to do it. But like, here's pictures, and it looks a whole lot like what I see. And what you do see depends on where you are in this process, because you can get a flat plane on or about the center part. In a laboratory in the third dimension, you can get a plane. So there's all different ways that you can look at this. Now, as we're looking at these different concepts, and only the highest of intelligence is allowed in here, you guys. But the highest of intelligence finds me every time, you guys. And that's why I speak in pictures. Because what are words but a limitation on a frequency? It's a way to talk about a certain frequency, but it's so limiting. So I show you pictures. So welcome to third grade. It's like, oh, Kelly, I like this kind of math. This math makes sense. Yeah, if you're like fuck the numbers. Fuck the numbers. Don't you like math now? Now math is fun. And look at this in the center. You have all kinds of crazy stuff that could go on with the manipulation of these toroidal fields. To have what? A mirror? What would you call that? A mirror? So in this process, in looking at these toroidal fields, oh wow, check that out. You've got a center point. And something, I won't go into detail, that happened the other day, and I saw something very clear. I saw the center of the toroidal field. Like, we can see that now. You guys know I'm out there like looking around all the damn time, but then I tell you what I see when I'm there. So you guys, what you're capable of doing right now from the perspective of being in a plasma field is see the center of the toroidal field, which is very warbly. It looks like thick liquid. It's a portal or plasma. it's it's plasma. Oh my gosh. I've been remote viewing it for a while, but I never saw that. So from the plasma, oh my gosh, now this makes more sense. So when you're looking at a turtle field, let me scoop down. Do, 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 do. Oh, here it is. So you're looking at this spinning. Again, none of these are the best representations, but this one's pretty cool. Where you can see it's twisting and turning like a tornado, and the direction is up, top, and out, and then it comes back down on the bottom and goes back into the center. And this one's not spinning, but it shows the overall pattern of energy in this total field. So does this make sense? A lot of these push-pull white light systems that you've been using, where it's like, oh, do this stuff and shoot it out the top of your head. It's like, oh, well, it's great to find yourself in a total field. But then are we identifying with this total field now? Are we letting everything go and finding ourselves in the plasma field? I mean, asking for a friend, rhetorical question, asking for a friend. So here we've got, what is an event horizon? What is event horizon? Every time I came across event horizon, I'm like, the fuck is that? A whole movie, event horizon, and I was more confused when the movie was over with than when it started. So here's what I see event horizon. Every time you see an event, let me look it up on Google just to make sure I haven't lost my mind today. I mean, yet. Event horizon pictures. Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes sense. That's a freaking turtle field. Go look at it. Just randomly look at event horizon. It's a turtle field. I knew it. Okay. Every time I saw event horizon. Oh crap, where is this? Okay. Check this out. I call this event horizon. It's my opinion. It's HBO from, you guys remember, it's from the 80s or something. HBO. See, look at that in the background. What is that? An event horizon. What is an event horizon? It's the stuff that's coming out of the pupil of the eye. It's the stuff that's coming out of the center of the toroidal field. You've got pure white light consciousness that comes out. So you see a pure white light. You could call it God if you want to. But this is how it starts. All the feelings and the emotions with the pure white light consciousness coming out. And think of this place right here, planet Earth. This reality that you're about to see. This movie that you're about to see is being created from the center of the toroidal field. Okay. And look at what HBO is telling us. Okay. So when this thing comes up past the horizon, it turns into a what? A star? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I'm doing sessions now, and you guys are appearing in star form to me now. A lot of you. Well, interesting side note. We can talk about that later. So this is, let me start, go a little faster. So HBO, sunrise, star. And then the star starts to separate, like it's spinning. Like it's coming out of a center and out. Like that spark that comes out of a toroidal field And depending on your angle looking at it, this whole thing is an event horizon. Oh, and now what's happening? We got some color going on. We see this everywhere, you guys. I've done whole shows, like hour and a half, 2 hours on this particular shape and going outside and being able to capture that on your cell phone. And I taught you guys how to do it. Let's see. I love, yes, it's picture day, Helen. It's picture day. And now what happens after it comes out? Ooh, some kind of an artificial spin. Simulating film, maybe. Maybe is this simulating the plasma disk full of stars that's turning and creating a reality? Oh, and then from that spinning, check out what happens now. You've got streaks of white light with points of bright white light. And then what happens? From that, all of these, it went so fast, you guys. I'm sorry, these are the only shots I've got of it. All of these streaks of white light went away, and all of these points of white light were there as stars. This is a toroidal field. This is an event horizon. This is what's coming out of the eyeball. See, it looks a certain color, aurora borealis, if you want to think of it that way. And then when it comes out, and think about it, when you look at someone's eye, you look at someone in the eye, you know, that sparkle in their eye, that's that toroidal field. You're seeing that. That's what that pure white light consciousness is coming out. So it doesn't matter what they look like. You can tell when you look in some people's eyes, they're like, you can see the universe. And this is what you're seeing in their eyes, this right here. I hope this is helpful. And more than not, the ones that come in here, you guys are at this level. A lot of you right now. Now, this is where maybe you are right now, or you used to be. Or it's kind of like we're going backwards as we're going forwards. You take this one point of light, and then you start to scatter it, and then add drama. I call it drama. There's a lot of passion to me. And then you take that, and it's all of these colors, all the feelings and the emotions and the like the God bubble pyramid with all of those colors in it. But if you look, it's only a set number of colors. And a lot of televisions, well, old time televisions, 3 colors make a ball. So we're only meant to see a few colors. And so in the spectrum that's being created, this movie that's being created, our points of focus are created. And again, sorry, you got to trust me on this one. The white streaks go away. And all of those are stationary stars in the sky. All those little bright points are stationary places in the sky. So I never ask you to trust me. Go find it your damn self. Find it your damn self. So event horizon. It's not even, oh my God. We're talking about giants. If I was on TikTok, I would have already been like, the bots would have been on there like, you're not following a topic you put down. They did that on TikTok. It was so crazy. I'd be in the middle of just going off on a tangent. They're like, and they flash this warning. You're not following. How do they know I'm not following? Oh, I'm not. How do they know? Fuck you. Anyway, I'm doing hot chocolate. I don't know what you guys are doing this morning. I didn't know if I was going to be able to broadcast. Because my internet was just going up and down and doing crazy things. So let's see. There we go. This, I think, is going to be mostly for... Oh my gosh, I hope I haven't screwed my internet up. Crap. Oh my gosh. There we go. Good grief. 9 o'clock. Okay. That makes sense. So on Sunday, it's quite different. On Sunday, everybody gets here about 9 o'clock. So I got here early before everybody else. Let me see if there's anything else on this page to show you along those same lines. No, I don't see it. Just making sure. And I also see something I can delete. Okay, where was I? I went from sine waves to... I don't remember where I was. Is there a remember person today? Like the person that remembers what I was talking about when I went off on the tangent. Okay, so we are looking at... I'm not sure exactly where this is from at this point. I used to know, and I don't now. I don't remember if this is a music video or if this is an intro to a movie. I cannot remember. Oh my God. Anyway, what was interesting to me is looking at what is reversed with this toroidal field. Because creating our eyeball experience... Hold on, I've got archaic drawings. Like on the cave walls, only it's on a dry erase board. You guys, here's the cool thing. You've got the God bubble. And all those toroidal fields are all those dots. Top left. There's your toroidal field. You've got it spinning. I completely ignore the middle, which is a plasma disc. Holy crap. And then on the top right, that's the experience that we're having right now. Out of the center, pushing forward, spewing out, if you will, from the center. It's coming up and out, is pure white light consciousness combined with certain frequencies and vibrations, which we call feelings and emotions. And then when it comes out, it creates the iris. You guys, some random person on TikTok came out and said, have you heard this person talking about that we are an eyeball, or we are in an eyeball? I was like, it was another guy who was talking about exactly what I've remote viewed all of these years. It was like finally some people are coming out, and it's like, you guys, we're in an eyeball. So we've got this eyeball experience, and where do things get reversed? And what gets reversed? You guys, check it out. Bottom left, you've got like the God bubble thing. And that little dot on there, I think I drew that on there to be like, hey, you're here, or something like that. I don't remember. So you've got pure white light consciousness, vibrations, feelings, emotions, and all of that coming out of the pupil. And this software program, the black part, is copying whatever the program is that you're doing, like making a Sims version of it. And then the white light, that's the step down from that. That's awareness, and awareness only in that pyramid right there. And that's it. Not awareness anywhere else. In other pyramids, nothing. Only for that one. So you can see where it's like, I want to expand my awareness. Like, you're going to blow up the matrix. There's not enough white light for that. It's like, oh my God. So we're trying to convince other people to push and pull their white light so you can become more aware and stuff. Is this making sense? Which you had pure white light consciousness in the first place. and you're in observation mode, like in the eyeball at the top right, you're just observing. It's like, wow, here's the entire Earth. And Kelly. Yeah, that's a train wreck. That's worth watching. She falls down a lot, but she gets back up. So there's a Avatar Kelly experience going on the iris of this eyeball. You're experiencing the entire iris, observing, like, oh, this is not me. I'm getting to play all the characters in the iris. And then, like a good toroidal field, when that's done, it kind of like breaks apart and goes around the sides of the eyeball. Am I saying that correctly? And goes to the other side, which is, I call the reverse butthole of the toroidal field. That's where everything that's kind of spread apart comes back together. And then when it comes back together, what happens? A lot of the times we judge and criticize. Oh, I remember when I did that. Thank goodness there were no cameras, but it's in the Akashic records. It didn't matter if there were no cameras in the 80s. It got recorded. Oh, my. So if we're judging and criticizing, we're going to see all of that stuff when it comes together as judging and criticizing. So what do? We bog down the toroidal field. And all of this muck that we're trying to sort through and be like, geez, but I did good over there, but nobody cared. So when all this stuff comes together, it goes through the center, back through the center of the toroidal field, a plasma field. So when if you want to call it the Akashic records, the record of what you did, like you could have chosen from all kinds of stuff, and that's what you picked. And there was a record of it. That's what comes together at the butthole, reverse butthole of the toroidal field. Does that make sense? And I'll oversimplify it and call it blue eyes. Like the iris is blue. Oh, yeah, I had a blue eyes experience. And it all tore apart. I could have chosen gray eyes, hazel eyes, green eyes. There's so many eye colors that I could have chosen. But I chose the blue iris experience. So when it comes together, it's like, oh my gosh, it's all about the blue. No other colors at all. Why did I do that? It was terrible. I limited myself. So if we are in judgment, then we start to judge the experience. And if we're like, oh, I know that was just an experience that I was having. So as I see it come back together, that was just the blue eye experience. Wow, that was cool. That one had its ups, it had its downs, but overall, not so bad. How do we look at this information? And that's how hard it is the Bible calls it, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man. What does a camel hold on to? A little spit? Well, they get rid of that real quick. What does a rich man hold on to? Everything of this earth. So all these accumulations, which we'll call the gold iris experience, let's say. It breaks apart, then it comes back around. And it's like, oh my gosh, but all these things are important. It's like, but this one, and but that one. Oh, but the 3 castles. Oh, I can't let go of that. And the toroidal field is just continuing to turn, and it's getting bogged down. And so it doesn't feel good. That's resistance. So when it's like, well, fuck this shit, which is usually at the end of the rope, right? It's okay. You get there whenever you get there. We're not judging. I was like, fuck it all, let it go. And all of a sudden you find yourself in the plasma field. You're not spiraling downward into a ditch. You're not dying. You find yourself in a plasma field in stasis where everything is wonderful. And you see that, oh, I created everything. I was just keeping myself from being here. I hope this is helpful. Oh, I had a point to this, and not there anymore, but we'll figure it out. Let's go back to, where was I? The clips? I think it was. Okay, and again, here's this example. in the video or whatever it is, I think that's a man. I have no idea. It looks like all of these things, and they're just random objects and all, are coming towards this man, woman. Maybe it's a woman. Oh, it's been a while since I saw this. I'm so sorry. It's just probably their worst angle. And it's going into the eyes. What the fuck? That is not, you guys, the natural experience that we're having on the top right. Because top right is just an eyeball. And here, there's a body, there's two eyes, we've got some ears going on. We're blue. I have to figure out where this came from. Go watch that again. We'll probably get car sick. So all of these things are coming towards the eyes and going into the eyes. That's what it's showing. But that is the opposite of what's going on. Because from the center, reality is being created and pushed out, that it's spinning and moving out at the same time. Pure white light consciousness and a filter, I guess, of all these feelings and emotions. And then it comes out and creates an iris. But this shows a reality going into the pupil. See how everything is the opposite? Everything is the opposite. So when you've got pyramid type systems, angles, look at that God bubble angle right there. Like crap. Like this came from Ra. So what is this? If all we have our pyramids and stuff going on. Like, what's this? Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Like, Kelly, you promised us giants. Yes, I did. I did. Hold on. Where's my giant pictures? There they are. Here we go. Do, do. Do, do, do. Oh, crap. They're not there. Damn it, fuck. Are you serious? Hold on. I can't remember where they are. Oh, here. I found them. I found it. Okay. So we've got a little bit of this. And again, the only woman I see has like cute shoes on. I promised you a better picture of all of these men. There we go. All men and women. So can't figure that one out. But we get a really good idea of what the giants ate. And when we looked up all these things at the top, every single one of them was like fruit, seeds of fruits, herbs. There were no vegetables. Some of those get lumped into the category of vegetable. But actually, looking it up on Google, I did not find that there were any vegetables over there. So this is what the giants ate. This is what the giants ate. So if the giants were eating fruits and all from probably pretty big trees, just saying, and all the trees got cut down and your food source went away, what do we find that is peasant food or famine food? Is flesh. When you go through a really hard time and you're trying to make it, I resort to flesh, which only works for a short period of time. And then when times are good again. So did cutting down these bean stalks take away the food supply, the natural food supply that was everywhere for the giants? That were, I guess, we're all male. Was cutting down the beanstalk representative of getting rid of the food source for the giants? And then when the giants start eating flesh, let's demonize them. Let's cut down their food source. And then when they're starving to death, let's criticize them for what they eat. I'm not saying it would be okay to like eat my family members and stuff, but now here's a little better, a little closer up view of the names, and the last one's covered up. Sorry about that. I think there was only like one left, right? Oh, that's Noah. Crap. Okay. And here's a better close up of what they ate. Now, I got really mad when I looked on the top far right. Fish. Like, really? No, not my precious fish. No. Like, fuck. Like the other stuff on the left, that was like delicious. But at some point over a decade ago, my body was like, nope, you're not eating that anymore. Like everything that was flesh, my body continued to reject. It was really weird. And now everything is pretty much rejected except for occasionally fish. But then look at the chart. Oh my gosh. And look how tiny the people are. That one, like I can barely see that small. There's one on the far, far, far right that is so tiny. It's like just a smudge. It's probably about where we are. So look at, or is that their pet? I don't know. As far bottom right as you can get. Let me see if it's on this one. Yeah, there's another person over there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look how tall Noah is. Just Noah compared to that tiny little dot on the right. Like, oh my God. And whoever, like, Lamech. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Noah is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. Okay. You guys help me out. Make sure I'm counting properly. Noah is the tallest one that has some kind of a, oh, he's holding an ark. Duh. I just saw that. Of course, he would have a model of his own ark. Oh, shit. That's how tall Noah was. Now, in the Bible, go do your own research. In the Bible, it talks about Noah having horns. And when you look around the world at the statues and so forth, they're like, oh, this is Noah. And he goes by a different name depending on what belief system you look at. This Noah character. So would Noah be Anunnaki? Huh. So, in my research, the Bible talks about permitting the humans, permitting them to eat meat. What does God say in the Bible about eating meat and the flood?
The Bible states that God allowed humans to eat meat only after the flood. Before that, people could only eat plants. However, after the flood, God instructed that meat with its lifeblood should not be consumed.
Okay. Huh. Isn't that interesting? When I do more research to the United States, whatever technically that's called, just as in general a land mass. This land mass that's gone by several names. In this land mass, there was a time when everybody was vegetarian. And in my research, do your own. Don't believe anything I say. Holy shit. I found the world around vegetarian cultures do very well and they thrive, which would be the top left diet. Vegan cultures don't last very long and they implode. They devour themselves. And then you've got the eating of the flesh. And look how small and dense. So when you look at around 1776, I don't know, I've heard that date before. Some class or whatever. Which looks like potentially the beginning of Satan's little season of 250 years. Do the math. Not mathing today. Do your own damn math. Get your calculator up. So, was it around the 1740s? Gosh, I'm trying to remember, you guys. Go look it up yourself. So I tell you to look it up yourself. Around that time, the population that was living in what they're calling the United States in that area, the indigenous and all, were vegetarian. Everybody was vegetarian. And then on or around the founding of this land, United whatever, now it's like, okay, we're changing the culture, which seemed to be doing just fine. It's just that there's more mud than we thought was gonna. Yeah, lots of mud. Yeah. So not a lot of stuff growing, and let's everybody eat meat. And since you're eating meat now, women who have a word that Floorbrand knows that's really long and sophisticated. I forgot this thing on the egg. That's like, oh, make a clone of the woman, like a baby, but you're making a clone of yourself. Like everybody eat meat, and then the women will not be able to have babies by themselves. They will not be able to clone themselves, which guarantees a female birth. So it can regenerate, it can clone itself as well. A great way to, continue, your species. But then in the consuming of meat, that part where we can self-clone is switched off. It's switched off. And look how small we are. And then we've got, in my research, very recent research, do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. A lady talking about sperm being a bacteria wrapped in, I'm overgeneralizing, wrapped in the DNA of his mother. There's nothing from the man that impregnates the woman. It's the man's mother. Again, this is very recent. I'm still looking into this and researching. Do your own research. That sperm is a bacteria, which now we're, dealing with parasites and shit. And it's encased in his mother's DNA. So men didn't have anything to do with it in the first place. Like, oh my gosh. But now we've got genetic diversity. Instead of a woman cloning herself, she's getting the DNA from another woman and carrying another woman's baby. She's not carrying any man's baby. Like, phew, mind blown. And then how does that happen? With the consuming of flesh, women cannot clone themselves. Naturally, you guys. I know. I love pictures too. I love pictures. Let me go put the comments on there. I'll show the comments on the page. Oops. Oh, there we go. Can you see it? Okay. All right. So is this helpful? And look these things up. Again, we found them to be fruit, seeds of fruits, and herbs. And no meat. Like, holy crap. Wow. So, giants. What if you do a parasite cleanse? Because in my research, do your own research, I'm looking at fruit, seeds of fruits, and herbs. What's going on with that? So you've got fruits give you energy. The seeds of the fruits paralyze or unalive the parasites. And then the herbs, I find, take care of what you might classify as bad bacteria. Well, that's whole and complete right there. That's definitely just whole and complete. Like, wow. So again, it looks like men shrunk with the eating of flesh. Women stopped being able to create clones of themselves naturally. So nature, I think it's so cool. I'm seeing nature right now handling that, where women are like, no, whatever is going on, we're going to stop it. We're going to stop it. We're not going to allow this to continue. Like, check it out. It looks like this, who are these supposed to be? Hold on. Oh, Adam and Noah. Now, look how tall Noah is compared to the modern day man or woman. Compared to this version of it, Noah being the last tall person and us being that little tiny thing, we're not the same. This looks very, very false. But these are on the same scale as all these Tartarian buildings. Like all the openings to these Tartarian buildings, all the entrances. Okay. I think I looked this up the other day and I promptly forgot. Did Jesus come before or after Noah?
Jesus came much later than Noah, about 2,368 years after. The biblical timeline places the flood in Noah's time around 2370 BCE, while Jesus was born around 2 BCE.
Okay. So we've got Noah came first, so we're assuming taller, and Jesus shorter, if that's the story. Like, how tall was Jesus? If Jesus was, how tall was Jesus? Was Jesus around that 30, 35 foot, 40 foot platform. Things that make you go, So there was about a 2-year period that I really, really focused on my diet, parasite cleanses, and all kinds of stuff. Maybe we shrink down to microscopic size. Possibly. So I wanted to prove some things to myself, because that's the only way we could do it, right? You can never prove anything to anybody else. You can only prove something to yourself. So I wanted to prove this to myself. Or disprove it. I don't know whether to turn the air conditioner on or not. The sun is up and I'm enjoying the view. So I've got the shades up and all. So the sun is like directly shining in here, warming everything up. So I strictly ate fruit, seeds of fruits, and herbs. I like strictly did all of those things, and everything that I consumed, we'll just say the parasites did not like it. And in those 2 years, I grew 1.5 inches. Well, actually, in 10 months, I grew 1.5 inches. In 10 months, I started to get taller. Like, oh my gosh, all these things, my clothes were fitting like a little differently. Like, how do you start growing when you're past college age? Barely. Like, how do you keep growing when you're past college age? You get rid of all the parasites. So to me, what it looks like is the parasites take over all of the energy of the body, and which causes you to eat food, which causes your body to have to work so hard to process food. And the food, in my opinion, after 2 years of going over and over and over, like I wouldn't eat for days and days and days, up to 3 weeks is what I was able to do. Other people go a lot longer. I'm just telling you, like, that's what I was able to do is to go like 3 weeks without food. And I mean, that being said, I was supplementing with minerals through like seaweed. And that's all my body seemed to need, really, was minerals and to be hydrated. And I felt better. My mind was so clear. I didn't have anything that was taking energy away from my body. And so the brain started to work better. The body started to work better. All the stuff started to just heal itself that I didn't know was even wrong with me. So these parasites. So on the left, in my opinion, I do not have any license or degree in nutrition or anything, but I've eaten almost my whole life. I have that experience. Food has gone into my mouth my whole life. So based on that, and I love to experiment on myself. I look at a system on the left, which supports itself. Are we talking Jack and the Beanstalk, that it was a wonderful place where we had fruits, we had all the energy, seeds of fruits that take care of all the parasites in every way, where they unalive them or paralyze them or whatever, an uncomfortable environment, and herbs, which take care of bacteria that's of no use in the body. And then, in my opinion and my research, do your own. I haven't found that kimchi really hurt anybody. But in the fermentation and having all this wonderful, really good bacteria, whatever does go in the body, is processed properly. So a diet on the left sustains itself. Okay. Now, let's say we're doing the diet on the right. Let's think of this in a practical way. The diet on the right, we've got our meats and all. Oh gosh, I see the giants in the clouds all the time, Ken. Holy crap. Like tons of pictures. Well, the one that I put out recently that's obviously AI. You guys, if you don't know, those are AI pictures. I label them as AI. I'm having fun with AI, but I'm very clear when it is AI. Just remember that. I am having fun, but I'm able to express things now with AI I wasn't able to before. And although none of them are perfect, it gets real close. It's real close. But let's look at the sustainability of the diet on the right as far as parasites go. In your research, I've done my research. You do your own research. In your research, have you found parasites in these foods? If you have not, go look. It's going to be a long day for you, but go look. And in a diet that has the flesh in it, where in that diet is the deworming and the deparasiting naturally? Like, does it come from the fish bones? Does the marrow make up for the flesh? So in these diets, in these different diets, according to this chart, look at the result in size. And I mean, these tall guys, from what I heard, had a much better life than when we got all shrunk down. And in the Bible, just one reference of many. You guys tell me your POV. This mud flood or this flood that took place. Because when I did my research, 15, 20 years ago at one time, I saw tons of belief systems or cultures that write history down that referenced a flood. And a flood in different times. At the beginning, it was like, oh, they're borrowing stories from other belief systems that are older than them. Like, oh, it's the same story over and over and over again. They're just repeating it and copying it so they can have their religion. Or were there multiple mud floods? And then an older civilization, 10,000 years old or whatever, records a flood. Another civilization, 5,000 years ago, records a flood. 3,000 years ago, records a flood. Can we see a pattern? Are we seeing a pattern? Like when you start to connect the dots, the story is controlled. Like, hey, wait a minute. I think Devil's Tower is not what they're saying it is. You guys. It's a tree trunk. And then it went from tree trunk, a Photoshop picture, to them saying, oh, no, Mud Fossil University said, oh, it's a foot. It's a bird. It's a plane. Hold on, there's a fly. Hold on. Got him. Okay, sorry about that. I got him. Sorry, puppy. You got puppy all riled up. So then, Mud Fossil University, Roger, he comes out and says it's a foot, and the giants were, and I'm not saying they weren't. I'm just saying his story is, oh, the giants were cut off at the ankles, Achilles tendon and stuff. Like that's how the little tiny people took down the giants. They cut them off at the ankles. I mean, that's a good strategy, by the way. I didn't think about that. It's like, well, you got to get them where how tall are you? That's where you cut. That's clever. clever if that ever happens. We'll go for the ankle. But it was like, look how big this giant is, and this is their foot, underground, and this is the ankle that's coming up out of the ground. And you look at, with the muscles and tendons and ligaments and all that, it's, the same shape and everything. And that's why when I discovered like everything is hexagonal and everything. All these fibers, no matter what they are, they go together in a hexagon type pattern, and so do plants, do the same damn thing. So everywhere you look, you can't tell, is it edible or vegetable? So then I did a whole show on, let's look up, Kelly's not a doctor, but let's look up ankles and, pictures of charts and see, is in my random, a regular person's opinion, is this an ankle? I don't know how long we spent going from every angle possible that I could figure out from Google. Okay, what about this? Okay, what about x-rays? What about the charts? And I took every bone in the ankle and tried to make it that shape. And I could not. So, I basically told the audience, I'm so sorry. I did my best, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but as far as, geometry goes and everything, I cannot see where that's an ankle. I just can't. So then I was, kind of personally baffled. Like, what do I do? If it's not a tree trunk, which there are tree trunks that are very similar and have, similar patterns and all of that. The way they deteriorate around the outside, also. And in my uneducated opinion, it's not an ankle. And then that fittest flat earther comes out and goes, hey, this is did he call it a horn? This is a horn on like an alligator's head. And then he shows this huge map, this big, huge map or satellite view or whatever. It's like, hey, look, here's one right here. Here's one right here. And look, we can duplicate it. We find the same thing all over the damn world. He didn't say it like that. Hey, puppy, what's going on? You're my sweetie. You're my sweetie. Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Okay, move. So, yeah, and then there's that. So then it looks like, okay, there used to be some really big animals and so forth, which when you look at the globe model of the map, it looks like some form of an animal that's been through a meat grinder. Have you ever noticed that, trying to go satellite view to figure out what these continents are? Okay, if all the continents are some kind of creature, whether it's human or animal or whatever, what is it? So I'm seeing legs over here, like necks over there, wings over here, and like all the stuff all over the place. Oh, there's an eye. Like what the fuck is this? What are these reptiles? Are they birds? This is a duck. Like, what kind of feet are these? Are these turtle feet? Out in the middle of the ocean, under the water, the turtle feet. But are you okay, puppy? So when you look at a flat Earth map, girl, what's going on? When you look at a flat Earth map, it's easier to see the whole animal, if you will. If Africa is a skull, so throwing out I think I got rid of all those pictures. Crap. I think to save space, I got rid of all those pictures, you guys. But if Africa, I don't think this is it, but if Africa is a skull, Oh, these are definitely not the right pictures, but interesting. And you look at the flat Earth map. Where is the skull in the flat Earth map? Okay, here's something else that got me too. Pangea. Did you ever, understanding like physics and all of that? I was like putting two and two together. Like when you start to sling something and it gets off balance on one side, it goes awry really fast. And they're talking about, and it's on a page. Oh, the Earth used to be just one solid whatever, and then at some point it broke apart, and then there was all this water in between and all the stuff spread out. And I'm sitting here going, you're giving me speeds of like 20,000 miles an hour over here, and spinning at this rate, and all of this shit is going on. I didn't say shit back then, but all of this shit is going on, and this whole planet has not broken apart. And so I'm looking at how it was one big clump. And I saw illustrations and videos. Obviously, the videos are illustrated, like a cartoon, and the way that they're drawn, and not like real life pictures. But the way that they're showing Pangea looks like a planet that has all its weight on one side and water on the other, and it's spinning. So that's I worked on for years and years and years. I could not put it in my mind. It did not make sense to me how during this Pangea process the whole planet didn't fall apart because it was rotating. And then they have all these things spread out with Pangea, and I'm like, okay, but then you show me a globe where things are, kind of like evenly spaced around this globe. So by the way you showed me that Pangea happened, that doesn't make sense anymore. Oh, and then the Earth is some iron core with molten lava arguably going on around it. Oh my gosh. And then you see that, no, all the volcanoes are just dragon heads. And those chemicals that mix together to make the fire in the fiery dragon's mouth spew out. Whatever is in between those chambers is deteriorating, and that's why you can't predict when a volcano is going to go off unless you set it off by getting rid of whatever separates these two chemicals. Come here. What's going on? Do you feel neglected? Here. What are you wanting? Come here, mommy hugs. Mommy hugs. What do you need to go potty? Can you go potty? Do you want a banana? Do you want mommy hugs? I don't know what. Okay, it looks like you're pouting. What are you pouting about? You want mommy hugs? Yeah, well, come here. If you want mommy hugs. That's not what she wants. Oh, she wants to play. Oh my gosh. I rearranged everything yesterday and I had the cutest reindeer. Now it doesn't look like a reindeer. I don't know what it looks like. But whatever a reindeer looks like without antlers, that's what it looks like. Oh, when she chews down to the beady part of it, yeah, poor thing. She wants to go play. And the sun is out. I've been getting a lot of sun lately. So if we look at this, like, what is this on a flat Earth map? When you look at a flat Earth map, this place right here, what do you see compared to satellite view on a globe Earth concept? Puppy. She's playing with a reindeer. If you're like, what is that? She's playing with a reindeer. So we've got this kind of stuff going on in the oceans and going in between continents. Is that what broke the continents apart? asking for a friend. Is that what broke the continents apart? Like, hey, I'm coming through. And Medusa was like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. So here, I'm trying to evaluate. Is this correct? Is this true? And all. So when I look, this place that looks like a foot. You okay? So for what's supposed to be this back right foot on the bottom, when I look at that with Florida, it just looks like a big, oh gosh, what do you call that? Okay, you've got a dragon wing. You've got this dragon wing, and the dragon has what? Oh my god. You're so it has like an elbow. So go look on the Florida coast. I spent you guys over an hour, was it one of my shows, going all around the coastline of Florida. Like, look, this is like bat wings. This is like the scallop pattern on it. Well, bring me the reindeer. Bring me the reindeer. Give mommy the reindeer. She doesn't know that's a reindeer. A good girl. Bring mommy the reindeer. House. Yeah, she doesn't want to play. So then I'm looking at, again, a flat earth map, trying to figure out what is this. But again, it looks like an elbow, Florida. What is that? It's not an elbow. Go look at dragon pictures. Some of them have that claw on the end of it. So I don't see it as a turtle foot, although I've got tons of pictures and videos and stuff on my TikTok. I've got shorts that show what looks like legs and feet, and could be turtle feet, lizard feet, bird feet. So this guy, can you see his name, you guys? Make sure I credit everybody. That better? Can you see his name? I can even hear his voice in my head. So this is their idea and this is their concept. But again, my opinion, when I went and looked, I didn't find it to be as much one big turtle, which it could be, because there were so many other. Don't throw that at me. There's so many other creatures that are on top of it. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. And again, you're on Google Earth, which is showing you a spherical planet. So we looked up all kinds of pictures. I hope I've shown you his name. You guys, I can't see it on there. Good girl, drink your water. Good girl. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Now I've got tons of shows that show these claws, these feet. That now other people are coming out and showing the same thing. Where it's like, look, this is a claw. But where this claw is, it doesn't make sense to the turtle. This is a completely different creature that might be on top of the turtle. So I see the continents as being the largest. This looks like a lot of resets. It looks like gigantic beings that, for whatever reason, God, look at the God of this bubble. Thank you, good girl. For whatever reason, God was like, no, let's try again. And then all those huge creatures fall down and become the continents. And then the beings get shorter and shorter and smaller to where we've seen that before. And for every level and every layer, it's left behind and makes another layer that's smaller than the one before. In other words, these mountains, like the one I'm looking at right now, it's about 14,000 something elevation. There's most of the mountain ranges around me are 13 and 14,000. There's one that's 15. those are one of the last resets. These mountains, look at some of the trees on these mountains and how old are they? Oh, you guys just attest. Can you hear the airplane flying above? Just kind of testing my microphone. It's a Yeti. It's a professional microphone, so I want to make sure it's working properly. Okay, the plane is gone. I was just testing. Does it make sense? And other people are talking about it. Also, slightly unrelated. But this is how I see the royalty. Yeah, that looks really classy, doesn't it? Like the upper crust. These are the type of beings that you see with royalty. Check it out, you guys. These are the beings. No joke. Hold on, let me find the picture again. I had it. There it is. I wish I could just transfer it over. So check that out. Look at all of these creatures. Stop whining. Oh my god. She's looking at the bananas. Is it a banana you're wanting? She's looking at me like, duh. Like, duh. Maybe I'll take a little 5-minute break if you guys don't mind. Okay, let me go. Let me leave that on there and go back to over here. Okay. See the resemblance? Because these are the royals. These are the royals and everything. Check it out. That guy on the top left, the tall guy. Yeah, like Barney. It's not purple. Like those are like the British royalty and everything, and those are approximately 25 to 30 feet tall. Now, these things are 25 to 30 feet tall. Look at all the Tartarian buildings where the heights of the entrances vary, but they're on or about 35, 40 feet tall. And these guys are about 25 to 30 feet tall. Interesting. I don't know. I think this kind of stuff shit's interesting. That's just me, though. Because now, remember when we looked the other day, we didn't ever see these two guys in the back pretending to be anybody, right? The two tall guys in the back. Are they number 1 and number 2 up there? I'm sorry, I can't see the numbers. I think the guy on the right, the one with the bat face and the wings and stuff is number 1. The one on the left is number 2. If it's not, please correct me. Like, I don't think any of these arrows pointed to playing a character, but all of their minions do. Like Jesus and shit. So, yeah, who's Jesus now? Who's Jesus now? Hi, Miss. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, cool. Yay. Oh, the game shows are 1% Club, The Wheel, and The Chase, if anyone is interested. That went over my head. Oh my gosh, Helen, that went over my head. Oh, I didn't read. Duh. I'm watching from 20 minutes behind due to internet going off. Oh, but the white lights on HBO are on every game show in England. Oh, there we go. And the construct with the white light on everything. Yeah, you guys remember when I was finding all that stuff in all the movies and all of the music videos and commercials and everything? It's just a repeat of that. Yeah. Daily pumpkin seeds are my parasite killers. That's a great one, in my opinion. That's a great one. see. Oh, hey. Chop chop, get going. Like a pee pee break. She's settled down for a minute. She will do this about this time of the day when she's kind of ready for a nap. And she doesn't want to go down. She hasn't done it in a while, but wow, you guys. And this, if you want to think about it on the HBO thing, Helen, a different way of looking at it, but on the tentacles as you go down, and those little points of white light on the tips, that would be this entity expressing itself in multiple ways. And each little point of light on the end of those streaks is a point of view or a character you're playing. Like this. This goes into great detail. This Tic Tac being, I don't know, did we ever name those, or did we ever find out what they were called or what other people called them? So you've got this white type energy that looks like awareness. And you've got a system, if you want to call it gravity, that seems to be based off of density. And if you think about it, whatever this mothership is in the back, right? Whatever that mothership is in the back, that's pretty light. You can see it behind that really big one. It's up a lot higher. And then when you get into these individual experiences, they get more dense and more dense. So you can exist on a higher level, jellyfish, in a jellyfish kind of way. You can exist on a higher level and like dip your toe in the water, let your tentacles go down. And you see the ones in the back that are on higher levels, they're not down low enough to be making these dense creatures. Humans, I guess. These human experiences. So whatever dimension you're in, whatever angle you're in, it's going to look different. Whatever you're doing here. Some of it's going to look very angular, like, oh, this is not exactly how it works, but you can see the comparison between something like this that's very crystal and fractal and absolute compared to experience like this, which is more natural type of experience that you're having. So these experiences that we're having like this, you'll have interference like this going on to get you stuck in the matrix. If you look at that, it's almost like a copy of the God bubble over and over and over, going from the center, the point of the God bubble, going from the center, and fractals out in all directions. You can see it fractals out in a pattern here. In what looks like a matrix pattern. Anytime I see that, I see matrix, like, okay, these toroidal fields, don't take these as absolutes, but as concepts, because none of them match exactly what I see. So you've got something like this. We'll call this a little more natural. It spins, it comes from the top, it goes back around. And this one, I guess, a little bit more natural. In flow, it spins around. It goes from the top down to the bottom. And this one doesn't spin at all, but you can see a direction of the top to the bottom. Now, this is what to me looks very matrixy. So you could create this toroidal field experience and create these toroidal fields, you guys. Check it out. So when you find yourself in a system, you look out and you see this. And people go, oh, let's go remote view. Let's go over off and to the right. Let's go remote view over here. That's inside of a system. All the systems out there that teach you to remote view, the Monroe Institute, the Gateway program, the GATE program, try to get you in here remote viewing where there's lots of rules. when you're remote viewing this. Lots of rules. This stuff exists, and you have to go get it and find it. And there's entities there. It's like, none shall pass. Well, fuck you, you psychic ninja. Good news from the God bubble perspective, where you created everything. Nothing has power over you. So there are no do not enter signs, even on Area 51, 54, and so forth. There are no do not enter signs. Here, this is programming to put yourself into here and remote view. It's like, hey, that Sector 9, sorry, I pick on Sector 9 all the time. That Sector 9 over there, don't go over there. Don't you look. We're not going to give you a key to that. If you go over there, there's psychic spies. They'll tell us you went and looked. And they will know. We will know. Yeah, fuck you. I'll get the God bubble and I'll remote view you. Isn't that cool to know? I mean, I think this is cool. That's my opinion. I think it's cool. All the toroidal field stuff. Speaking of toroidal fields, up your butt and around the corner. I had a family member. It didn't matter what you said. If they were in that mood, you'd ask them a question. Like, hey, where are the cups? Up your butt and around the corner. Like, oh my gosh. Where'd you park the car? Up your butt and around the corner. So that's what this actually looks like. Up your butt and around the corner. With the chakra system. Like, is your butt chakra like connected to your head chakra? That looks like a long ass turtle field. Like, the fuck is that? That looks like a fucked up mess. Oh, let's balance it. It's like, I'm not going to balance that. That looks like it needed to come out. I mean, just saying. Taco Tuesday. Woo! Taco Tuesday. Do. So if that head chakra up there is like the top part of the turtle field of the down part in red, turtle field, then it makes sense that it's the butthole of the turtle field. Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, look at this. Look what Saturn did to me. Woo, doo, 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 doo. Do, 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 do. The chakra parade. I would not want to parade that around. That would be embarrassing. Puppy, are you okay? Oh, this is a little better. This shows, I looked at Drumvalo, and he was so charismatic, and I really got into his stuff because he knew what he was talking about in the Matrix and everything. But then I found myself getting so locked into that place. The third dimension. That it's like, I wonder about this, and it was just all about rules. So when I see these turtle fields inside of us, and you're like, oh, Drumvalo talks about that, and I go look at that one thing, it's like, oh, that explains it. He has fancy words, he knows the Matrix, and it explains exactly why things are flowing this way. Okay, great. But then I get to decide, do I want Drumvalo now to lead my discovery in this world? Because he leads with the Matrix. Or every now and then, when I can't figure something out, I reference Drumvalo. Hey, I wonder what Drumvalo says about these whales, in the sky and all. That's how I found him in the first place. You guys were like, hey, this guy, he's talking about whales in the sky. I'm like, oh my gosh, which makes sense. Since above the firmament is salt water, it makes sense that there would be all these whales and all that above us. Like, we're in, when they're like, oh, did you know there are civilizations that get stuck in this, whatever. well, aren't we stuck there? I mean, we did the 80s and the 90s, and it got to about 2000s, and nothing changed. Nothing changed because everything ended on or around the beginning of the 2000s. Oh my gosh, and then we've just been making all of this up as we're going along. Oh my gosh, we're the ones holding this reality together because the video game stopped playing. But we're creator beings, so we're just creating what we've been creating and not realizing the game is over because we're so fucking awesome that we keep creating this reality. Because we're awesome. Did I mention we're awesome? Just say it. Just say it. I think we did a good job. Hey, Melinda. Good to see you. Oh, Jennifer. Yeah. Oh, does colored clothing make us feel any different? Ooh, good question. Good question. It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? And then, to me, I guess I look at semantics. Can you make someone feel a certain way? Or can you only try to influence, how they feel? There are certain colors that, in my research, over, decades of research, that I've looked into where, I forgot their titles, psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever, that they would paint rooms certain colors. They would experiment in schools. They would paint the classroom certain colors and see what kind of behavior they got out of the students. They'd paint prisons certain colors, see what kind of reaction they got. And just to be overgeneralized, like, oh, in a room with red, everybody's like fighting and mad at each other and all. And like, yellow, I'm sorry, I forgot the color. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but like you're in a yellow room and you're more calm and, friendly and stuff, or a blue room or a green room for healing or something. That these, again, like everything else we do in here, all they are focusing techniques. So it's like, I want to improve my mood. I'm going to, don't take my advice. I'm just randomly throwing out colors. I'm going to paint my room green for healing and intelligence. And I don't know if that's what happens when you paint your room green, but I'm going to do that on purpose. Well, I've still got that program there that says I'm not really smart, back from school because of dyslexia. And they're like, okay, it's time for Kelly to read the paragraph. And though I messed up on half the words, I'm not smart. I can paint my room green to influence me all you want. But I'm still stuck in a program. So, like anything else, there's this huge influence. Oh, pink in prison weakens them. Oh, religions like black and white. Sounds like you've done some study. Please educate. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about rooms and you asked about clothing. Yeah, I hear opinions on black clothing, positive and negative. Like, they're like, well, if you wear black clothing, you're all depressed and all. And then some are like, well, the ones that are wearing the black clothing, they're actually able to do everything, since black is like all the colors and not just it. And then in looking at energy, there's two kinds of blacks that I see. You see the kind of black that is a non-movement of energy. Complete and total non-movement of energy. It appears as black. And then you've got another type of black that you see. Like, when you look at the God bubble, the black, and then you've got the white awareness, and then the gold. That's like all the colors in that kind of black. The software program of the reality kind of black. When I look, I can see the difference because one feels and looks devoid of life, like non-movement, and the other one looks like it contains the potential of all life. So see how dark and black has been demonized? And, maybe they're only referencing like shadow work. Well, it's non-movement of energy, like the shadow concept and all. That's not the type of black that is the source of all life. Again, in this reality. And if you look at plasma, the potential to be, it's kind of see-through and clear. Okay, I don't know how to explain this, you guys. It's see-through and clear, but it looks black. and it's got all of the colors in it. Oh, the car colors. Isn't it white? I was trying to think. Like, oh, I'm never going to get a white vehicle. Everybody has one. That's so boring or whatever. And I got one. It was the coolest thing ever. I liked it. But then I went back to the black. I don't know. I think it looks good with my complexion. I wear black a lot. Yeah, I hate Northern Star. I don't know what I have that's not black. I mean, really. It doesn't get worn much either. I mean, I'll have token clothes here and there, but I never wear them. It's like, well, I bought something yellow. Oh my gosh, because I thought for a second, why do I wear black? And then the answer I heard was because I don't want to call attention to myself. Huh. Oh, wow. Ooh, we got to some crazy shit there. Wow, look at all those turtle fields. Now, here's something really interesting. I did ayahuasca one time in Texas at a place where it was legal. And they're still doing it today. And I made a promise to them I would never give their name out so that people would naturally find them. But there were some, not all of them. This one lady in particular who was a shaman, she had clothing made of these dots, on the bottom left, these neon like dots of all sizes and colors, covered as if she was wearing supernatural clothing. Like it didn't follow her clothing pattern. She had on like skirt and boots and stuff in the colors and all. That's not what she was wearing. It's the middle of the summer, so she probably just had pants on, or shorts on and stuff, and sandals. And it looked like she was dressed in traditional Native American garb that was made out of these dots and all. And it was moving with her as if it was clothing she was wearing, and it was moving with her. But it was not all the shaman. There was another one that had lights on them, but they were very simple. And hers was extravagant. Wow, that just reminded me of it. How cool. How cool is that? And then check this out. Where do we find ourselves? On the left, which is a turtle field. The turtle field keeps on turning. That's on the left. And how you can have a flower pattern and everything. But you can see, well, depending on your angle, we'll pretend like we're at the top. So from the center, it's coming up and towards you. If we're looking down on this, let's say it's a turtle field and we're looking down on it. It's coming up towards us from the center, and then it continues. These rings or whatever, they continue to go out, around and out. So although we're in some kind of a simulation and everything, the one on the left is a more natural way of doing this. But on the right is like a kumbaya, locking yourself into all this stuff. Raise your frequency. It's all about love. We're locking ourselves into these systems. So it's something that's supposed to be spiritually enlightening is now our prison. These are the prison cells that we talk about. And Metatron, which one of the Anunnaki you guys is Metatron? I cannot remember. So if you're thinking about Metatron coming in, it's like, oh, let's have a grid to this reality. Well, any kind of a grid system, anything that's not a total field, is a prison that we're taught. So, oh, let's create this grid for the Earth. The Earth's grid, well, good. It's supposed to dismantle itself. We're on a total field that keeps turning. So every time it's like, oh no, the grid system has come down for the Earth. Well, good. It's called a cycle. Let it go down. So we're not going to keep all these systems maintained that imprison us. Everything on this planet that creates power has to spin except solar. Well, and solar, as far as spinning goes, a solar system spins. And when I look at, hold on, I have pictures. If I can find them. And they're not here. Where's my pictures? Crap. Sorry, you guys, I can't remember where the pictures are. Well, it's not it. It's like, damn it, fuck. Oh, here it is. Okay. So when I look at the sun, and we're talking about this energy that's spinning, because everything's a total field. So anything like you see that's light, it's spinning in a total field. The pure white light consciousness comes out. So when I looked at this and I took this picture, the center is spinning. And you can see it's got 4 points, or it's divided into 4. This is a reality generator, and it's creating the third dimension. So this is spinning. Even the artificial suns are spinning some of these in some capacity. And then what is the regular sun? We're looking at everything appears to be plasma. It's like every damn thing we look at appears to be plasma. Oh, I got some pictures the other day. I'll let me upload them and show you. It's starting to popularize now that everybody's like, hey, we're upside down. And it's probably made by AI. But there was a video that I saw that it was a balloon or something that was really high up, or the firmament. It's like, oh my gosh, it's water. See, from this plasma, our reality is created. And it's projected upward. So if you turn this upside down, that's really what's going on. Is we're upside down. Look at Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling. We're dancing on the ceiling. Hold on. That looks familiar. That's getting into Event Horizon territory. Just saying. Event Horizon. Oh my goodness. Is pure white light consciousness coming out of the total field, and colors are applied. Just going backwards. Here's what the matrix looks like. You can see it's a grid system, a potential field. It's plasma. That's that plasma disk I was telling you about, that there can only be a suggestion. You create it. You get in there and you decide where you want to put your energy and attention. It's like, oh, look, what are these people doing over there? It's like, no, those are the city folk. Stay away from the city folk. Oh, they're trouble. They're trouble. Yeah, they party all the time. Yeah, it's a cool song, but it gets old. Kind of like living in Vegas. It's fun for about 3 nights, and then you wish it would stop. Here's another toroidal field. Here is the daisy of unalivement. Look at these two systems. We just looked at 2 different ways of doing the simulation. Is a toroidal field that comes from the center and continues to go out and to move. Even though it's a controlled system, it's more natural than what's on the bottom right, which is a prison. Well, if the flat Earth map shows the actual shape of the continents and everything, what does it matter? Because it's a program telling you that you lived in a closed system. So that is the system that you manifest and create as closed. So I don't tell you that the thing on the top left is happening for you to force it to happen and for you to go, let me manipulate this, which you do what you want, none of my business. But the reason I tell you about the top left, and that's actually what's going on, is so you can go, oh, so I could just let go and let it do its thing. Oh, what a relief. I thought I had to figure it all out, like the bottom right. Figure out this prison system and how do I get around in it. But you've only created it in your mind, and what is the mind? Is the matrix. There is no mind without the matrix. Gosh, I hope this is helpful. There is no mind without the matrix. So if you look at this cool drawing, where does the mind come in? So you've got you as God. You've created a potential field that has the concept and an idea of a mind in it. Then you create a toroidal field, which is a potential to carry out all this stuff. Now a reality is created. You're sitting back and observing this reality. So you don't have a mind for that. You're just an observer. But the bottom left, that's when the mind comes. The mind, mental construct, matrix, the mind. And look what kind of a mind it is. It's very closed. And then look at the bottom middle. We've got what looks like cell. like we're in a prison cell with bars. And that's the shape of the matrix, square or cube, depending on 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions. Hope this is helpful. And then we get down on it to the bottom right. We've got an avatar that's being projected from the little dot above it. The little projector above it, it's being projected down. Hold on. Oh, it's not on this page. Oh, here it is. See how this looks like it's being projected up? It's being projected down. And then we go, oh, I have a third eye. That's when we really think we're the avatar. So this projector we bring into a body that doesn't even exist. And then we go to pineal gland classes, third eye classes. Oh, 3-eye atlas, the third eye at last. Oh, all of our third eyes are going to be opened up. Oh, fuck. In other words, more awareness in the matrix. Yeah, we're at the lowest point you could possibly be in creating shit. And now we're going to go to a class to learn how to use something that doesn't exist. And how to decalcify our pineal gland. Decals on the fly. Man, isn't this? I mean, I want every day to be Good News Day. I mean, truly, every day should be Good News Day. Because we're not allowing ourselves to be entrapped anymore. And you see that system on the right? You have to be active in that, right? It's like kumbaya, put all my crystals in the middle of these thingies. Kumbaya, sit on the mat, put it on my wall. Kumbaya, is it colorful or all one color? It's like a Kundalini grid system. Oh, I did the Kundalini thing. Yay. It's like, what color was the grid? Oh, it was the grid of many colors. Well, that's a lower level. Oh, it's just one color. Well, what color? Oh, that's on a certain level. Oh, the Kundalini grid was white. Wow, that's pure and on the highest level. So that's what we're doing. Is these grid systems. It's like I'm trying to attain the highest level, the white light of the flower of life. Because my flower of life has all the colors, and that's a lower level than the white light. And we think that's spiritual growth. Because we're on a higher frequency level in the prison. While still being in prison. Oh, you guys, I hope this is helpful. Think of these as eyes. Awarenesses. Awarenesses. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope we talked thoroughly about some subjects, and on top of all of that, don't take anything that I say as the truth or factual. Wherever I am has been from a bunch of research and experience, and I'm still growing, evolving, learning more, letting go of more. So if anything, whatever comes out of my mouth, if you're interested at all, is a place to start in your own research. If you're interested in any of this. So, thank you guys so much for joining. Go to thegodbubble.com if you'd like to look further into any of this. Recently, I've had a lot of Quicksilver, you guys. So, surprised. I love those Quicksilver sessions. Are so thorough and have been so helpful. So Quicksilver is at a fraction of the cost of a 1 hour session. You guys. And man, we get down to business real quick on those things. So thegodbubble.com, I have workshops all over the place. And you guys, in light of everything going on, I've reduced, no matter what, if my workshop was $2,000, $400, it doesn't matter. I made all my workshops $35. So what's happening is people who've been wanting to take the workshops are, and they're like, well, gosh, I can't afford one. They're getting to take like 3, or 5. And I'm finding that the ones who took, 1 or 2 workshops, they did really well. But since it's like, oh my gosh, they're $35, and they'll do one workshop right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. And I have found what has happened to them is they're growing. Well, the energy is different right now, but they're growing faster because it's repetitive. They're doing the same thing over and over and over. It's like, this one's about money. This one's about healing. This is about the third eye. This is the plasma state. And I've got you going through the same letting go and allowing and healing process in all of them. So you don't just take the money course and go, oh, that only applies to money. It's like, okay, the healing. Oh, wait a minute. These are the same God bubble techniques. What? Wait a minute. It's wow. And after you do it from multiple perspectives, the God bubble perspective, after a few workshops, you're like, you know what? I don't think I need another workshop. I can apply this technique now to anything and everything in my life, no matter what it is. Because I've seen it applied in so many different perspectives. The God bubble manifestation system, I've seen it applied, that, understand where Kelly's going with this. So yeah, go sign up. People who sign up for these, I take my own courses, you guys. Like, I don't like, oh, I'm Kelly and I'm so smart. Look at my workshops. No, this is like from the golden level and shit. This is from the God bubble level information that Avatar Kelly gets, and Avatar Kelly's all fucked up. And like, I could give you guys all this information all day long and you'll heal, but I won't heal unless I take my own course. Does that make sense? So I take my own courses, and that's when I get better, because I get the information that works, and there's healing there. But unless I apply that to my life, I'm not going to heal, even though the information came from. Does that make sense? Yeah. That Quicksilver. Someone's like, Kelly, I'm wanting to go down this path of healing, or whatever's going on. And, I don't know, but my best guess is about 3 or 4 sessions with you. It is my best guess. And so it's like, okay, we've got kind of a strategy. And I want this to be so non-intimidating, you guys, because people are like, oh, I'm so scared that I'm going to get in there. I'm going to forget stuff. I'm going to mess everything up. I have like canceled sessions with you guys. Like, you'll come in and you're all like, oh my gosh, I've got to hurry and do all this, run a time limit and all. And so I'll just stop and go like, hey, let's reschedule. No extra cost at all. I see we're not going to be productive in this time and everything. And I want you to be at your best and all. And I have rescheduled people that go in there that are all like, kind of uptight about how the session's going to be and all. So, I don't want you to go in there like going, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out of time, and we're not going to even talk about this stuff. That will recalibrate. It'll be like, okay, what are you nervous about and all? And I'll reschedule, and you'll be you'll be given a task or something. It's like, hey, do these exercises, which are letting go and allowing exercises, or just start to get in the concept of letting go and allowing. Because when you came in a really push-pull kind of way, and you weren't in letting go and allowing mode. And so when you come into the session and letting go and allowing mode, like, you don't even think about time. When we're in there, it's so productive and so focused. So yeah, don't worry about those Quicksilvers to get in there and just like, oh, I'm going to run out of time. No, I assess this thing. And if I'm like, oh my gosh, they're kind of still kind of spinning in the middle of this thing. Let's just kind of see how can we get ready for the session, and then have it do over at no extra cost. I do stuff like that when it's necessary, so that you guys feel comfortable in those sessions, because I want you to get the best out of your 3 or 4 sessions with me, and then you determine when you come back. Like, if it's like, oh, I usually work through things in about a week, so let me set the sessions a week apart or 2 weeks apart. Sounds like it's, would be enough time to do all the stuff or whatever. So you guys determine that. I had one person that took a lot of classes and workshops and plateaued and did really well. And it's been a long period of time where they've been doing other things, so they've been getting better and healing even more. So they wanted to come back and just have an assessment, and everything was so beautiful. It's so much better than before. Like, they had grown and evolved even faster in these new energies. So it wasn't like they came to me like, oh, Kelly, all this stuff is falling apart again. It's like, I think all this stuff is better, but I don't know what kind of better. Can you look and tell me what it looks like? It's like, well, you look like a star now. You look like a crystalline shining star. I'm seeing that so many times, that you guys are turning into fucking stars. That's what Martin Kinney said. Martin Kinney, I don't think he has any psychic abilities, not as an insult, just I think he just looks everything up and has researched. That's where he gets his cosmic egg, type of perspective. And he even talks about going from the top all the way down to the bottom, whatever this idea is, which to me is a half tortal field. So if you go all the way down to the bottom and have no spark or no star, you get to the bottom, and then you turn into does he call it a sparkling star? Or a shining star or something like that. You turn into a star. And then you go back up through the egg, through all the layers again, but enlightened, or whatever his words were. As a sparkling star, you experience it one way, kind of like you're dim, and another way in light. That sounds like a tortal field. It's only just half of a tortal field. The concept of the part where the pure white light comes out, and the reverse butthole of the tortal field. Again, that's what it reminds me of. So, all thanks, Jennifer. Aww. Yeah, yes. Oh, hi, Tay Thomas. Good to see you. Good to see you in here. Great. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, I can help you guys before I say goodbye. Thanks for hanging out. I had my hot chocolate for the day. I'm so happy. Oh, the goat's milk that I've had. Again, I don't want to get out any medical advice, anything like that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and how I'm feeling for entertainment purposes only. But I started drinking goat's milk for a reason. And whatever that reason is for me, I feel like I'm doing so much better in all of these areas of my life that I really can't put my finger on something, precise. It's just everything's getting better with all this goat's milk. And I switched and I threw it away, you guys. I looked it up on the internet. It's like, oh, this is the best form of chocolate where you get all those flavonoids or flavonoids or whatever they are. The brain boosting stuff from your chocolate. I went to the natural store, paid a ridiculous amount of money for their chocolate, but damn worth it. Because I'm not getting the negative effects of that chocolate, which were usually like a migraine or some kind of headache or I don't know. I just didn't feel, it was delicious, and emotionally I felt better after eating chocolate. Even though you've got to cover up the bitterness with milk or sugar, right? This is what I found out about chocolate. I'm still learning, so I know I'm mixing up the words, but this regular stuff that's out there is so bitter, and it's like, in my mind, it's similar to roasting coffee beans, like how you would roast the cacao. Was it the cacao? So it's not cacao nibs or anything like that. I think it's the carob. Whatever is the purest of form before it's processed. The least processed form where you get all the good stuff. I got that for my hot chocolate, you guys. And then instead of an extract for vanilla, I got some kind of a paste. That's a vanilla bean paste. Instead, when I started to do research on, unless I was just going to do vanilla beans myself, and oh God, those are all over TikTok. You guys, those vanilla beans, would that be like every day to like rip open a vanilla bean and scrape out those seeds and put it in your hot? Oh my God, I can't even think straight. Oh, I hope those things are cheap because it's probably going to go in my fucking cart. Okay. Oh, it's vanilla. Vanilla has to be good for you. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. What health benefit do you get from vanilla beans? Tell me, oh Google.
Vanilla beans provide several health advantages. They act as antioxidants, reduce inflammation, and can help with stress. They also contain nutrients like magnesium and B vitamins. And they help regulate blood sugar, support heart health, and aid digestion.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to have, I told you guys I was never going to date again, but fuck that shit. I'm going to go find me a vanilla bean. I'm going to give me a cute one. Oh yes, and we're going to have a relationship, that's for sure. This is why I don't date. Anyway, okay. Where did I see those, you guys? It was a huge bundle. Where did I find that? Of the vanilla beans. An enormous bundle and not a lot of money. Oh, please tell me it's a good stuff. I want to start consuming that. Wait, did it say magnesium? Was it manganese or magnesium? Crap. Yeah, Jennifer, I know. Because at first it was like I was doing the extracts and everything, and those things are expensive. But I'm like, this is like Everclear. And even though I have a little cap full, it's like, don't want to keep putting that in my body. Because even though it's a really small amount, when I look at Halcolol, you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know if I can say that word on here. Even though you're looking at Halcolol, in a small amount of Halcolol, when I see Halcolol combined with people, it leaves this huge. There's a certain frequency that attracts the most horrendous of beings to you with the Halcolol. I find, and I don't want to demonize it or anything like that. You guys do what you want, but there's this opening to beings that are. Ugh. Hey, you guys that know Pamela Erlin, what words does she use? Like nefarious, or I know she's got fancy words. She's so smart. Oh gosh, I forgot. I don't want to bother her right now. She's in the middle of a horrendous life's, goings on. You guys, and you guys that are supporting her, that's so cool. If you're supporting her and sending her words of encouragement, again, without advice. Does that make sense? It's like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Let's keep our advice to ourselves. And just, I'm about to cry. Sorry. I hate my friends going through this. It just, I'm thinking about you. I love you, and whatnot. I think that's the part that was so stressful is, all this advice, and it's not her, it's someone else, she has no control over. Really, everybody's got control over themselves, so I can understand frustrations and everything, and people not 100% knowing what's going on, but want to be helpful and loving. So she's like, in this, the most helpful thing you can do is just, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm sending positive thoughts or whatever you think. Whatever's your way of expressing that. And, just letting her know I care. I'm thinking about you and I care that you're going through this. So, anyway. So, what would Pamela do? In all her fancy words. So I thought, besides it being ridiculously expensive, I want my own. I want my own. So if we've got a TikTok shop going on, because I can go in and get the deals, since I can sell stuff. I forgot how to do it. Hold on. Where's my showcase? There we go. There's my showcase. And oh my God, I have 70 things in my shopping cart. Oh geez. Products. I almost have 5,000 followers. You guys, before TikTok went away, I wanted to get like 5,000 followers. How do I look this up? Oh, here it is. Okay, vanilla beans. I swear I saw it on here. There we go. It might be on Amazon too. Okay. This is a whole bunch of vanilla beans for how much? From $8 to $80. Specify quantity. Oh, okay. 10 vanilla beans, a quarter pound, and so forth. It's 45% off coupon. I'm going to see what a quarter pound is. $20. And you could do a whole pound, which is 80. Originally 145. That's a lot though. Half pound 40. So they're not giving you much of a break at all with quantity. So I might as well get a smaller quantity just in case they go bad. If I do it, I'd probably get like a quarter pound, and it's about $20 if I did it. Hey, I wonder if it's on Amazon, you guys. If they've got a better deal on Amazon. I don't know about that. I can't find any reviews or whatever. Let me see what I can find on Amazon. And Do I do it on my wish list first? Oh, I've got to go somewhere else to find it. List help, searches list. Add an item. There we go. Add an item. Let me put vanilla bean. I'll put it on my wish list first. But LLA. VA. Oh my god, I can't even spell. Vanilla. Vanilla beans. I don't want the extract. Okay, it was added to the list. So I think then I go in here and I click on it. And then I think it looks it up. This is a weird way of doing it. Oh, okay. 26 Madagascar vanilla beans. What do you guys know about this? 59 cents per something. I don't know. It's like $15. Looks like a decent amount. 50. Here's 50. So double. About $37. Vanilla beans. Man, you can get like huge bundles of this stuff. I mean, it's expensive, but oh my gosh, you'd get a better health benefit. I'm wondering if you could take those and process all of them and put the vanilla beans in some kind of a solution that you sustain it in a solution like, I don't know, honey or something. I'll do some research on that. Let you guys know, because I don't want to keep like cutting the vanilla beans open every day. That would get tedious. Like I could process a lot at one time and save. Oh my gosh! Oh, sorry, I'm getting really excited about vanilla beans. It's like we can tell Kelly. Like, oh my gosh! Oh, it's like, which one do you pick? Oh, so you can sort by which one has the best. Oh, this one's got a good rating. There we go. I added one. There. Okay, so I've got it on my list. That's on my things to do list. But I think it's gonna last pretty long. All right, you guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you on the next video.
Long dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we sail through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the